Hi everybody, how you going beloveds? My name's Zara Wolf and I'm lighting the path to the light within you. Today for week 26 we're up to now. I can't believe we're almost halfway through the year. This is insane. We have for weekly channeled messages the messages of quiet power, love, surrender, flow state, connection, solitude and withdrawal, new avenues, feeling body, heart space, optimism and throat chakra. Now when these were coming through to me, I couldn't help but feel it is because of the massive shift we've just had with our sun moving into Cancer. I can't help but feel that going from Gemini air energy into like Cardinal Cancerian water energy, it's just, I'm not sure if it's because I'm a Cancer rising, but I just feel that there has been this massive energetic shift and it's sort of become really calm all of a sudden, and it's sort of like this nice, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It's sort of a nice energy of it's safe now. So for those of you who aren't adapting very well into the Cancerian energies, just go with the flow. Just really feel into it. I think this is why feeling body and heart space has come up, because we've still got our Saturn and Pluto conjunction with the North Node in Capricorn, or South Node, sorry, in Capricorn, so therefore the North Node is in Cancer. So we're really being pushed to still stop trying to cognitively and logically work things out. We really are being pushed to dive in deep into our heart spaces and our feeling bodies, you know. So I really want you to focus on journaling and writing and running and keeping yourself grounded. And as usual, I will pull some tarot and see what messages we get. The Ten of Cups is already coming out, which is really nice. Ten of Cups is that finally dynamic shifting going on with regard to the North Node in Cancer. North Node in Cancer is also indicating healing of old wounds with regards to our mother and father wounds or parental wounds, and they're closely and very tightly tied in with our self-worth. So these are things that we're all being pushed to work on at the moment. Okay, so I just had like 2 or 3 fly out of the deck. We got the Emperor, the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the 2 that fell on the floor. Yeah, Ace of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. So I'm going to put them in the order in which they flew out. So King of Wands, Ace of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, Emperor and the Hierophant. And this is taking action towards healing those wounds of self-worth. So King of Wands, and then the Ace of Wands, which is a brand new passionate beginning. So anything that you've been pulled towards, anything that is, you know, in your heart and soul that you really want to create and do, whether it be, it doesn't have to be for work, but if you want to paint, go paint, or if you want to go ride a bike, go ride a bike, you know, like go get some exercise and really like tap into being a child again. Because this 5 of Pentacles energy, this has been coming up now for like 3 or 4 weeks for everyone, as well as the readings I've been doing at expos. A lot of people are getting this 5 of Pentacles energy. So Pentacles, yes, does relate to finance, but in this card it's these 2 people who are being left out of the cold. Like the 5 Pentacles in the glass stained window of the church are indicating that it's nice and warm inside, and these 2 people, yeah, I'm just getting goosebumps, and these 2 people you know, are choosing to go it alone and struggle when there is a better way or an easier way. So the Emperor is here to remind us that not everything is black and white, so don't be so pragmatic with regard to it is what it is and it has to be this way or that way. The Emperor really reminds us to open up to the grey area of life, which really ties in with Neptune being retrograde now. So that went retrograde on the 22nd of June. So feel free to check out my blog post and YouTube video on that for some more insight into how Neptune will affect you, as I did channeled messages per house for where Neptune resides in your natal chart. And then we go on to the Hierophant, another 5, so it is all about change, transformation, and that liberation of being tied to things, in the things that we should do, the things we have to do just because it's what needs to be done, or what everyone else does, what society expects of us. So the Hierophant's here for higher learning. He is the high priest of the major arcana, and indicates that there is time and there are keys to the secret knowledge in which you are seeking. You just have to realize that the answers lie within, and not to be externally seeking all of the time. So in silence, or in stillness and silence, there are the answers. This just came to mind. I think I'm quoting something, but I don't know what it is, so that just came to mind. So our underlying energies, the star, beautiful. This is healing. This is the star of Aquarius as well. So also being seen, I think that came up somewhere over the weekend as well, like having a spotlight shone on you, but also the star, in the star card there is an ibis on the back, in the back here, in the background on a tree, and the ibis is representative of the Egyptian god Thoth, and he was the keeper of the Akashic records. So the Akashic records are your soul path, like everything that your soul has ever learned, or any incarnations you've ever had, you will be able to tap into those in the Akashic records, and that's what people are tapping into when they do a past life reading. So then we go on to the Two of Wands, realizing that there are many more options available. The world is our oyster. The man's holding the world in his hand. He's now able to have that higher perspective, which is what Neptune retrograde is affording us right now, as it's really tied in with those higher realms, the pineal gland, third eye. It's really opening our minds up quite significantly. And with the Nine of Swords coming out, and the Chariot, and the Moon, and the Page of Cups as the final energy here. So Nine of Swords, the Chariot card, which is the card for Cancer, and we're in Cancerian season right now, and the Moon as well, which can also, this is a card that's interchangeable for Pisces and Cancer, and I believe that's because, one, Cancer is ruled by the Moon, but secondarily to that, with Pisces, the Moon often represents secrets, and Piscean energies can be very, very secretive, such as what's represented with the major arcana of the High Priestess, which I think came out last week or the week before. Is very secretive energy, not always willing to share, and I think that's really ties in with the whole solitude and withdrawal message I got earlier this afternoon. And the underlying energy here of the Page of Cups for the final card. This is a young girl whom, in the story of the Tarot, the fish in the cup is representing her inner child. So this ties back in. Oh, and then we've got the Six of Swords, and of course the High Priestess as the final 3 cards. I'm not going to pull any more because I could do this all day. So Six of Swords is moving away into the High Priestess energy of the Neptunian energy, Piscean energy of seeking more knowledge and seeking a higher understanding and broader perspective on our realities than what we already have been afforded through this time, especially with the Pluto and Saturn conjunction in Capricorn. It's very secretive energy still. So this is why, like, don't try and cognitively and logically make things make sense right now. Go by your feeling body, and whatever is coming up for you, however you're being triggered right now with regard to past wounds, and whether that be So it'll be self-worth, most definitely, because that is a reoccurring theme for the collective right now. It's self-worth. It's also being seen. It's also healing of past betrayals and not speaking our truths, So I think we're all learning how to dive into our fear, is how I feel I want to phrase that, because I still get nervous when I'm about to prepare one of these videos or record a video for anything, because I don't want to script it, because I don't want it to sound so forced or contrived. I just like winging it and seeing whatever comes out comes out. I know it's meant to come out for you guys, so the only warning I want to mention here with the Nine of Swords, it ties back into the last 3 weeks' messages of mental health. So get your mental health regime under control. Whether that means you start taking Western medication, or whether that means you start weaning off of that sort of medication. It's going to go one of 2 ways for everyone. It's either going to be a holy shit moment of I really need help, and it's going to be a bit of a crisis. It's going to get to that point where you're going to feel that push. You're going to be like, fuck it, I just need help. I'm going to go and I'm going to go see a doctor. Now, this is why I'm here as well, is because I want to give you a heads up on all this energy that's happening to us, as well as what we are bringing into our reality, being conscious creators, okay? The Chariot and the Moon I want to go back to as well, because that is a balancing of our head and our heart. The Moon is representative of our emotions. So where our Moon is in our natal chart, that is the way that we respond to things, So if you've got a Leo Moon, such as myself, I need to find somebody to use as an example, because I don't want to keep using myself as an example. Let's just say, okay, we won't do Leo Moon. Alright, let's say you have a Virgo moon, okay? Now, Virgo moons are very, very picky and very, very perfectionist, and love has to look a certain way for them to receive it. This ties in, I'm just getting told now that that's very similar to having Virgo in Venus. It's a similar energy. Oh, Venus in Virgo, I should say. So it's very similar energy, and people with Virgo moons and Venus in Virgo placements, they tend to be a little bit eccentric. They tend to not want to date, or I don't want to say not want to date. They do want to date, but they have such self-sabotaging behaviors that they end up pushing people away, because they have these unrealistic expectations on people, on themselves included, but they don't understand love languages until later in life. Some people's love language is to give and adorn people with gifts and things like this, and then other people are more sentimental, and it's more of the thought behind the gift, so love language is a really big key here. But with the Moon, going back to the Moon energies, and since we're in Cancer season, which is ruled by the Moon, you may find that you're going to be a little bit more sensitive on the Moon transits a sign every 2 to 3 days, okay? So we're starting the week off with our energies in that of Pisces now, or Aquarius I should say, on Sunday, and then Pisces, and then by the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, we're going to be in Taurus by Saturday. So we're restarting the zodiac on Wednesday afternoon here in Australia. So it'll be moving into Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on all that energy coming in, and please go with the flow. And if you do start to feel bewildered or a little bit lost, realize that things are passing, things are shifting. You might find that you're getting a little bit pulled around, because we are in Cardinal Water, and if you're not in with that feeling and that vibe of going with the flow, you might find that you get pulled under by the current. So keep yourself grounded so that you don't get swept away in it all, and in the Neptunian retrograde craziness that could possibly happen. And please feel free to reach out and connect with me. I'm offering guidance and coaching packages for everyone, mentorship program, one-on-ones at this point in time. Potentially in the next few months I will be doing groups. However, right now I feel like one-on-one is what's required, especially with all of this energy going on with Neptune retrograde. I just feel that that's what's in alignment with me right now, and what's required to be able to support people to the level that they need, if that makes sense. So please connect with me on Instagram and Facebook, and also check out my website www.zarawolf.com. And if you subscribe there, you'll get the weekly notifications of all the blog posts I do directly into your inbox. And yeah, I hope that this finds you well, guys. Be kind to yourselves as always, okay? Yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good week. The energies will shift, and remember, change is the only constant. Alright, beloveds. See you soon. Bye.